Hey everyone, welcome back. So today we're jumping right into this explainer to look at the wild, hidden process behind, well, one of our absolute favorite everyday snacks. We all grab a bag of chips without a second thought, right? But today we're going to trace that story from field to flavor and uncover what's actually happening long before you hear that incredibly satisfying crunch.
Think about the contrast for a second. On one hand, you've got this humble, dirt-covered potato straight out of the ground. On the other, the perfectly salty, crispy chips we devour. But have you ever actually stopped to wonder how a simple potato makes that leap? Because it's definitely not as easy as just slicing and frying. Bridging the gap from a raw spud to a universally loved snack takes an unbelievably complex system. And the scale of it is just mind-blowing.
And to really wrap our heads around the massive economic impact of global snack production, we gotta talk numbers. We're talking millions of bags of potato chips sold worldwide every single year. That kind of volume turns a casual snack into a literal multi-billion-dollar powerhouse. From the massive commercial farms growing highly specialized potatoes to the insane logistics of moving them across continents, every crunch is driving serious economic momentum and supporting countless jobs globally.
With those millions of bags flying off the shelves, we are looking at a true global snack phenomenon. And to meet that staggering demand, you need a highly coordinated supply chain that just never sleeps. This system literally cannot afford to break down. We're talking absolute precision, from farmers using satellite data to predict crop yields to distributors keeping shelves perfectly stocked. Honestly, it's a total logistical marvel just keeping up with how fast we eat them.
So, let's get into our next section, Behind the Crunchy Bite, the hidden journey.
To pull off this massive operation, the whole thing rests on four giant pillars: farming, technology, quality control, and manufacturing, and they are completely intertwined. You simply can't handle global demand without cutting-edge tech, and you definitely can't get that consistent taste we all expect without insane manufacturing standards. Let's look at how they work in perfect harmony.
Now, to pump out millions of bags without dropping the ball, the industry leans hard on advanced automated technology for quality assurance. Because let's face it, you cannot rely on human eyes to check thousands of chips a minute. Instead, automated tech acts as the ultimate gatekeeper. Imagine high-speed optical sorters snapping instantaneous photos of chips flying down a conveyor belt. If a scanner spots one that's a bit too dark or burnt, bam, it triggers a tiny, precise puff of compressed air to knock that single bad chip right off the line in a fraction of a second. It is high-tech precision applied to a humble potato.
So all of that crazy technology and quality assurance comes together during the manufacturing phase. Because the goal isn't just to cook a potato, right? It's to engineer the perfectly crafted product. They strictly control everything: the exact frying temperature, the flow rate of the oil, even applying the seasoning down to the microgram. It's a highly calibrated environment designed so that the very last chip in your bag is mathematically just as perfect as the first.
Moving right along to the next section, the complete journey, a potato's path.
We can break this direct chronological path down into three distinct phases. 1, the farm field. 2, the chip factory. And 3, finally ending up in your snack bag. Keeping this structured flow in mind really helps us appreciate just how much distance and transformation happens before you even pop open a bag at home. Step 1 is the farm field. Obviously, the whole process is rooted in agriculture. But here's a fun fact. You can't just use any random potato to make a chip. Farmers actually have to grow specific, chipping potatoes. These have lower sugar, higher starch content, and the exact right moisture level so they crisp up nicely instead of just burning to a crisp. If we didn't have this precise agricultural foundation, the right earth, weather, and expertise, honestly, all the fancy factory tech wouldn't even matter.
Then we hit step 2, the chip factory. This is where that raw, earthy potato gets a total makeover. They're vigorously washed, tumbled in these massive peelers, sliced to literal millimeter perfection, and then sent flying through those automated fryers and QA scanners we were just talking about. It's an incredibly high-speed environment where raw nature meets industrial innovation, creating something entirely new in just a matter of minutes.
And finally, step 3, your snack bag. Once the product passes all those rigorous tests, it's carefully packaged to lock in the freshness. And actually, the packaging itself is a brilliant piece of technology. Those bags are usually filled with nitrogen gas instead of regular oxygen. That stops the chips from going stale and acts like a tiny protective airbag during the bumpy transit to the store and eventually right into your pantry.
Which brings us to this quote from the source material that really brings it all home: the crispy, delicious potato chips you enjoy every day. Think about it. All that massive global farming, billions of dollars in automated technology, intense quality control, the crazy economic supply chains, the whole shebang exists just to deliver that one simple pleasure. It's a fantastic convergence of nature and human ingenuity, entirely focused on giving you a consistent, delicious experience.
So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this quick question. The next time you rip open a fresh bag of chips, will you think about the journey? It's pretty wild to consider how much we take for granted about our everyday food. That simple little potato chip actually represents vast global economics, advanced robotics, and deeply dedicated farming, all hiding right there in plain sight. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I really hope you have a whole new appreciation for your absolute favorite snack.